Hey, it's nutritionist and optimal eating expert Trisha Mandis here, and I'm so excited because we have the wonderful Maddie Brader with us, and she is graduating the program today, which is awesome. She's 31. She is an English as a second language middle school teacher, and I'm thrilled to ask her a few questions. So, Maddie, can you tell me what have you accomplished since being in the program over the last 10 weeks with your health? Or in any way that's important to you?
I think for me, the most important thing that I've gotten out of the program is that I have a better grasp on what I can eat and how much of it I can eat, which is as much as I want, which has been very liberating for me since I've really felt like a slave to nutrition and very frustrated and lost when the things that I thought or was told were right were not really working for me. And so it kind of broke that cycle of just a little bit of loss and then right back on again, and why isn't it working, and also learning to be accountable for my actions, because I think I like to lie to myself like, no, I really did eat well. So when I actually started recording things, it was like, no. I have to be truly honest with myself. But again, because of the foods that I actually was eating, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I had a little extra side of this and now I'm going to gain like 5 pounds overnight. It was, no, now I feel full. And it was something that's going to nourish my body. And the same thing with working out to really get a better schedule going for myself instead of just kind of flying by the seat of my pants.
Awesome. That's so much awesome stuff. I'm so proud of you. So, what has, so you said you fully understand how to eat for yourself, and it sounds like that mental frustration of dieting in the past has kind of disappeared and a better grasp on exercising. So, what has implementing that, what what results has your body shown you from implementing that?
Well, I've definitely lost weight, which has been awesome. So pants are so much looser. I've had to buy new pants. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. But I also feel a very good mental clarity, which is really great. And as a teacher, certainly needed. And I feel like there were some mornings where if I didn't have coffee, I was fumbling over my words and just kind of foggy. And I've actually almost eliminated coffee completely from my diet. I have tea just because it's been freezing and it's just been something warm to have in the morning, but I don't need it to function. And the way I express myself has been so much more clear and concise rather than searching for words all the time. And my energy levels are kind of through the roof, where I could totally sit for at least 3 hours watching Netflix in the evening or just television. And now after an hour, I'm kind of antsy and I need to stand up and move and do something. So that's been pretty awesome.
That is really awesome. So, before you joined the program, I'm so glad to hear where you're at now. But before you joined the program, where were you emotionally and physically with your health and when it came to trying to lose weight and improve your situation?
Um, well, like I said before, I was kind of in this cycle where, and I've been trying to be more plant-based for over a year, but not really understanding what it meant to be optimally plant-based, because there are a lot of things that you can eat that are vegan or vegetarian and they're not good for you. And I've definitely learned that in a much more clear way through the program. But because of that cycle, it was really destructive to my emotional state. It was, oh, I feel so great because I'm finally seeing results on the scale. And then as soon as it started ticking back up, it was so disheartening and so um, frustrating that it really even put some emotional toll on my relationship with my husband. It was, a lot of beating myself up and feeling like I needed to exclude myself from different events and things because I didn't want to be tempted by different foods. And now I don't feel like I have to avoid people or situations, that I just know I need to be prepared. And I feel comfortable preparing myself for that. And and I feel totally empowered saying no to things because I don't really want them. So, yay.
That's great. So, what hesitations did you have about signing up? Like right when we had our phone conversation, we talked. What hesitations, if any, did you have about joining?
I think the biggest thing for me was the investment of money, and because it was like, oh, okay, and it was an investment, and after talking to my husband about it and really thinking about it, it wasn't even a thought of joining with you and working with you, but it was like, what if this doesn't work? Because I think other people could be with me on that. Like, oh, I've spent money on gyms, I've spent money on programs and the shakes and then this and then that. And is this really the one last thing that I'm going to need? Or is it just going to be like another drop in the bucket of money I'm like throwing just to seek?
Do you feel like it is the last thing that you need?
Oh my gosh, without a doubt. I finally, I could cry. I'm not going to do it. But I finally feel like I'm at a good place mentally with it, and something that I can maintain for a lifetime instead of, well, I'll try it for this long, and then it'll probably go back to the way it was, and I'll try something different. I feel like this is something that is for the long haul. It's something I feel great doing. I don't feel deprived, which is huge, but I also don't feel like it's that hard to do either. Once you get like a grasp on it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is like so awesome.
Do you feel like the changes you've made have become kind of second nature?
Absolutely. It's so easy to like just get, especially the mornings. My gosh, like my mornings fly by, and I still play around with what I want for dinner, and I try to make things like good for my husband who still eats meat, and but we make it work, and it's been awesome. It's really been awesome.
So even though the investment, like it was kind of like you said, and there was like
Mhm.
a little internal struggle about and fear around, is this really going to work? What if I fail? And it was a financial investment. So what made you still take the leap despite not being able to just fully say yes financially on the phone right away, and maybe having some fear about whether or not it was going to work? What still made you say yes?
Well, I think even after reading your bio on your website, I broke down crying to my husband because I was like, I think she will understand me, because my personal education and what I've tried to seek myself with information on nutrition has really led me to believe that plant-based eating, whole food plant-based eating is the way, and it's the healthiest, going to really encourage us to live our best and fullest lives. And when it was still finding a balance between everyone else in your life and eating this way that would promote the healthiest life that you can lead, it was like, oh my gosh, I think this has to be it. This has to be it. So
Well, you deserve a lot of credit for even being scared for going for it. And I'm so happy you did, because now look what happened because you took that risk. That's awesome. So, what would you say was the best part about the program and the worst part about it?
no bad parts. There's nothing that's the worst. Um, I guess if you're really gonna nitpick on things, for me, getting through the training vault videos, you did have to make sure that you carved out some time for that. And if you're busy, making sure that you're eating well and working out, that can be just not inconvenient, but to really make sure that you carve out that time for yourself and make that time to educate yourself is important, but probably the most difficult part. Otherwise, the best part is that you're eating these awesome foods that maybe you wouldn't have tried before, and in an easy way. You learn that prepared foods from the grocery store are your best friend, and that's totally great. Um, and jicama is like the best thing ever. So if you haven't had prepared jicama from like Wegmans, and they have it giant now, so that's the best. So a little container of that just to go. It's awesome.
Would you recommend the program to other people that were in a similar situation as you when you started?
Without a doubt. I'm trying to gently nudge my own family members to get involved because, you know, you love the people that are in your family and your close friends, of course, and you want to see them living their best lives too. When you feel so great, you want other people to experience that as well. So it's starting with like a little bit of recipe, like some recipes from me and bringing it along to stuff, and hopefully it'll lead to a more definitive change in their lifestyles. So.
What are you most excited for yourself now that you understand how to eat optimally for yourself? You're seeing results, you're able to do it in any food situation that you're put in, and now that you're graduating, what are you most excited for yourself as your journey continues?
Oh gosh. I'm just so excited not to be a slave to that anymore. For that liberation of like, yeah, I can go anywhere and I can do anything, and I'm totally not limited by my food, and I'm empowered by it. I'm strong with what I'm eating, and I'm still kicking butt at the gym and doing awesome things. And not every situation is ideal, but I can make it work in whatever situation I'm in. So just freedom.
I am so proud of you for so many different reasons. It's been not only an honor, but it's just been super fun to work with you. And that's always
Thank you.
That's always one of the best parts is when you like feel like you get a best friend out of the program too. So I just want to say congratulations. You deserve so much credit for everything you did, and it's been a true honor working with you, and I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you. It's an honor working with you. So